Yeah. All right, we are live on YouTube. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're all having a wonderful day. We got just a little bit of rain here today in Redwood City, California, where I live, and in some other parts of the San Francisco Bay Area as well. As you can see, it's a bit muggy. Appears to be a little overcast. But I will tell you, it's very humid. The humidity was over, I think it was like 63% when I checked earlier today. I do not like humid weather. I mean, it's only like 72, 74 degrees, something like that, but it's just very humid. And it just, feels warmer than it actually is. I would rather have it be 100 degrees with no humidity or very little humidity than 70 degrees with a shit ton of humidity. I just don't like humid weather. But yeah, anyway, got a little bit of rain, and that's a good thing, even though it's summertime. Sometimes we do get some rain in the summer here in the Bay Area. It just ends, right? Weather patterns are always changing and shifting, right? And interestingly enough, right before I went live, for those of you that are in California, I don't know how far this range is going to be, but I always put my phone to do not disturb mode when I go live, so I don't get any notifications, right? That way nobody can try calling my phone while I'm live. People used to do that. Used to try to call me while I was live on the air and send me instant messages and stuff like that. When you put the phone on Do Not Disturb, it still gives you internet access, but it basically cuts off all notifications. It doesn't disturb you. But emergency alerts still go through. I was about to go live, and I hear this loud noise coming from my phone. My lady, if you're around, babe, let me know if you got this on your phone. I got this bum, bum. I'm like, what the hell is that? I look at my phone, it's like emergency alert. Elderly endangered or something. I guess some elderly person here, either in the Bay Area or Northern California, didn't have a chance to look too far into it. I guess they're in danger, and they put out, I guess they call it a silver alert. It's not an amber alert like we have here in California. They call it a silver alert. Silver meaning senior citizen color, right? So that was quite interesting, an interesting way to start off the show. But anyway, I'm back out on the trail for another walk, episode number 357. And we've got another great topic here to discuss. We're going to be talking about, what are you willing to give up to get ahead in life? What are you willing to give up to get ahead in life? And we'll get into that in just a little bit. I'm feeling the humidity as I turn this corner. And the sun is starting to come out. Let me just show you. Sun's starting to pierce through the clouds, so I feel the sun. It's probably going to warm up. Before we get to the topic, just want to let you folks know that my lady and I will be doing a show later this evening right here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. It'll start right around 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And we're going to be talking about something that's been affecting my lady that her and I just recently figured out. And it's going to shed a lot of light on why she's been reacting to things a certain way. And this show is not being done, just for her. We wanted to do this show tonight because we know a lot of people are struggling with this, and that's sleep deprivation, right? I think most of us nowadays are sleep deprived to a certain extent, right? Especially with the amount of, information we have coming at us at the speed of light through, smartphones, tablets, other mobile devices, computers, smart TVs, Netflix, Hulu. I mean, if you can't get enough through your cable or TV, cable or satellite provider, you get it through a streaming service, right? You've got so much information coming at you. And then when you turn your TV off, your phone's still going off, right? I keep my phone on silent. I just keep it on vibrate when I'm sleeping, because it would just keep me awake all night. And then you set your phone, what you do, you allow certain contacts to let your phone ring. You want to, basically silence everyone else's, calls, during the night, or texts or messages, but only allow certain people to get through to you for an emergency. So if your phone does ring, then it's somebody that will only be calling you that late at night for an emergency, right? I mean, seriously, these smartphones have definitely created sleep deprivation. And we're going to talk more about that tonight right here on Coach Eli, 2 authentic live streams right around 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We hope you can join us. It's going to really shed some light, on you folks that have been following, my lady and I for a while. Or even if you're new, it's going to shed some light on probably why. Maybe you have a pretty horrible attitude, or you come off like you have an attitude more often than not. And maybe it's because you're sleep deprived. I mean, when people are really, really tired because they haven't had enough sleep, and you try to communicate with them, and all they're thinking about is going back to bed and get some rest, and you try to talk with them, it's going to upset them, right? It happens. My lady will be sharing her experiences. I'll share my past experiences when I used to be sleep deprived. And I'm not saying at times I'm not sleep deprived in being a YouTuber and running my business out here, sure, but I've learned how to manage it better. And we're going to share with you folks how you can manage it better. And that way, you'll have a better attitude, you'll be refreshed, and your body will thank you as well. So that's coming up later tonight. Please smash the thumbs up. Also share this out on your community tabs and anywhere on social media where you feel you have people there that would benefit from the content here. Make people aware that this is the most positive place on the internet, right here. The network of channels for Coach Eli and his wonderful lady. If you're tired of negativity, if you're tired of hate, if you're tired of fake instigated drama or real drama, if you're tired of just getting sucked into other people's vortex and misery, and it's setting you back from creating your own greatness regardless of whatever you're trying to create, come on over here. Send those people over here. And we will help uplift you. We will help motivate you and guide you to become the best version of yourself you can be. So that way, you can accomplish whatever your heart's desire. Respectfully, maturely, and professionally, positively every day. Right, hey babe, how are you doing? Welcome to the show, babe. How are you feeling right now? I just got off the phone with my lady about an hour ago. And we were, I was discussing with her if she's up to doing a show because she's been very exhausted lately. I'm great, she says. You feel refreshed, baby? Feel like you got some great sleep? You seem very happy. I really love it when you're happy, baby. Makes your life easier and makes my life a hell of a lot easier, baby, when you're happy. You don't want to wear down this old man. I'm becoming an old man, baby. I'm 49 years old in December, on December 17th, for Christ's sake. I'm an old man. I'm feeling better, says my lady, respectfully, maturely, and professionally. How's the audio and video, babe? We looking good and sounding good? Hey, Sandra, how you doing? Hey, Eli, and hello, RMP listening. Sandra, how you doing? Welcome back to the show. Sandra, I'd love to reconnect with you behind the scenes. I know you've been pretty much out of the drama for the most part, and we'd love to remoderate you here, and maybe we can start working on some things together. I know you're very busy, you've got your own things going on, but every time you pop on in here, I offer you the same thing. I'll be in touch, been busy. Doing good, humid outside. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Sandra, in the beginning. It's very humid. It's like the humidity was 63% when I checked earlier this morning. That's what's been affecting me lately. And baby, I think that's what's been affecting you too. The humidity here in the Bay Area, or maybe even in Northern California, has been out of control. And it's like, even though it's 70 degrees, I have my air conditioner cranked on the way to the trail because it not only cools you down, it conditions the air to be less humid. That with the allergies, yeah. Well, baby, when the weather is humid and the allergens are high, there's nothing worse than that. And I'm feeling it. Don't get me wrong. I'm actually feeling it on this walk right now. I feel the humidity. I could smell the pollen. But gotta take a licking and keep on ticking to stay healthy and fit, right? I agree. I have allergies too. Reminds me of Louisiana. Like in the swampland in Louisiana, right? Senator Palacio, probably very, very humid in those areas of Louisiana. Yup, says Sandra Palacio. Well, great to see you here, Sandra, and I hope you're doing well. We've got to touch base soon. Just know I haven't forgotten about you, but it's really nice to see you whenever you can pop in. And thank you for continuing to be a friend over the years where we've experienced some very interesting things out here on YouTube. Thank you for that, Sandra. And my lady more than likely thanks you as well. Humidity right here. Hey, California Forward Outdoors in the house. How you doing, CFO? Yeah, it's humid down there in Southern California as well, huh? It's great to see you here, California Forward Outdoors. Hope your day's going well. So, now I'm starting to get closer to the water over here. I'm getting that breeze, so it feels a little bit better. That water, like right over there. Coach Eli, yep, I'm sweating cooking oil. Yeah, you know what? I recommend for humid weather, if you have AC, turn on the AC. But also, whether you have AC or not, use some great air circulators. Some of the best air circulators in the market right now are made by a company called Vornado. Vornado. It's kind of like like tornado with a V, right? And I think they did a hybrid of the word like vortex and tornado, right? Because a tornado swirls the wind really fast, right? And those tornadoes, they're really like a tornado because when you crank them up, they really circulate the air in any room. I've got 2 tornadoes in my place, and my lady has 2 tornadoes in her place now. My lady fell in love with the tornado company when she started dating me and seeing how well those, fans circulate the air, right, baby? You don't want to have just a regular fan that oscillates. That's not going to really do anything. You want to get an air circulator, especially when it's humid. You want that air flowing around. And, it's really hard to sleep with stale air, which is pretty much caused by humidity. Like, I cannot sleep in humid weather without a fan blowing directly at me. So, yeah, very, very humid. All right, so let's get right to it here, folks. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the Walking with Purpose Live Edition, live from the San Francisco Bay Trail here in beautiful Redwood City, California. This is episode number 357, episode number 357. And the topic today is, what are you willing to give up to get ahead in life? One more time, the topic is, what are you willing to give up to get ahead in life? Today I'm going to share with you folks what I've had to give up to get ahead, and what I've been giving up to focus on my purpose, what I'm passionate about, and my dream. And that is this coaching business here. This is my purpose. This defines my purpose. I'm extremely passionate about it, more than just about anything else. And it's what I want to do for the rest of my life. It defines who I am. It defines me. When you think of Elias Melas, you think of Coach Eli. Yes, I am Elias Dimitri Melas. It's my full name. My purpose is to be Coach Eli, which is the same thing. We've got some activity here on the trail. Have a good one. We got some workers on the trail. They've been working on either adding a trail here or they're putting in something over there. I really don't know what they're working on, but the last time I saw like the superintendent, like the supervisor, was saying that all the work will be done by next spring. That was about a month ago on a walk here. So I don't know if they're expanding the SF Bay Trail to connect clear across. Because right now, in order to go from this side to the other part of the SF Bay Trail, you got to go and walk along the fence, along the... All right, sorry about that, folks. I got cut off. What I was saying before I got cut off, you saw a truck driving by. They've been working on the trail out here. I don't know if they're putting a building in over there or if they're just expanding the SF Bay Trail to connect from one side to the other. Right now, the only way to do that is you have to actually walk along the freeway bike trail, which is also considered part of the SF Bay Trail. This is the SF Bay Trail, and there's a parallel SF Bay Trail. I think they're going to consolidate them. Or they're going to keep that trail open, but they're going to give you another option to be able to probably walk clear across, right? And when I was on this trail about a month ago or so, there was a supervisor talking to another person walking by saying that the work will be completed by spring of next year, 2023. I still don't really know what's going on, but hey, I'll keep you posted. So yeah, it was interesting to see a truck drive right on the trail here. But anyway, so today I'm going to be talking about, what are you willing to give up to get ahead in life? And like I said, I'm going to be sharing what I've had to give up. I've had to give up a lot of things to focus on accomplishing what makes me the happiest and what defines me as a human being, as a man, what defines my purpose. My purpose is what defines me, right? And nowadays, because women are liberated, God bless all you ladies out there. I love you all equally, right? Okay? Women have a purpose too. And I'm not saying that women didn't have a purpose before they were liberated and became independent and got equal rights and equal opportunities, right? I'm not saying women didn't have a purpose. They had a purpose. Their purpose was to take care of the home, vacuum, cook, clean, take care of the kids, and all that kind of stuff, right? Wash the clothes. Women used to have to wash clothes by hand and wring them out by hand, right? And put clothes on a clothesline. Today, we've got automated washers and dryers. You put the shit in there, you wash it, then you switch it over to the dryer, you dry it, it's all good, it's automatic. So I'm not taking anything away from women's former purpose of being a homemaker, or back then it was called a housewife. Today they have a fancier word for it. They call it homemaker because it doesn't really exist anymore. Well, some women are still homemakers, but very few, right? But don't call them housewives anymore. It's not the proper term. Homemaker sounds way more professional and sounds sounds more liberating, right? Sounds less demeaning, right? This fancy vocabulary we have nowadays. We want to make sure we don't offend anyone or hurt anyone's fifis, right? Anyway, so yeah, both men and women have a purpose, right? And I will tell you this, I've more so noticed this since I've been with this woman, the most amazing woman I've ever been with. And, she is purpose-driven too. So any which way you look at it, even though back in the days of traditionalism, it was more about the man's purpose, and the woman was attracted to the man's purpose. Nowadays, it's both men and women having a purpose. Now, to be honest with you, women are still attracted to men in the same ways they've always been. They're just working now, right? And they have a purpose too, and they want you as a man to, support their purpose. But women being liberated or not, if you as a man don't have a purpose and are focused on it, and you work hard to make it work, and then you make it work eventually, if you're not doing that, then women will be turned off, because that's the single most important thing that attracts a woman to a man, is his purpose. Now, men are not attracted to women in the same way that women are attracted to men. Men can support and respect a woman's purpose, but men, even in the modern world, are attracted to a woman's sweet, loving, nurturing, kind, caring, feminine, and submissive type of behavior, right? And when our women, display masculine energy, or are just not sweet, kind, and more dominant than submissive, and feminine, and more masculine than feminine, it really turns us off, right? And men, we really don't, it's not that we don't want to support our women's purpose and their work. We do, and we will, once we know that the woman has chosen to be with us in the same ways we've chosen to be with her, right? So ladies, when you put yourself in the dating market nowadays, don't focus more about what you do for a living. Focus more about the type of person you are. Focus more on what you're seeking in a relationship. And show your kind, caring, nurturing, sweet, sensitive, and submissive side. And try to hold back as much of the dominance. And you can talk about your work and mention what you do, but don't make that the highlight of getting to know a guy, because that'll repel most good men away. I remember when I was single, on these dating sites and dating apps, there were a lot of women that just wouldn't stop talking about their work, right? And it just turned me off. I had to stop talking with them. Now, my lady may ask me, I talk about my work and what I enjoy doing and stuff like that all the time. Well, baby, we're together. We're in a committed relationship. We're attracted to each other. We are strong, and we've been together for so long now that now I'm so invested in you, and you're invested in me so much that I always want to hear about everything you have to talk about, and what you enjoy, whether it's work related or not, right? So, with that said, in order to accomplish what you want to accomplish, in order to get to, unfortunately, folks, you have. All right, I'm back. First of all, before we get to it, got somebody coming on the bike. I'm away from the pass. Lewis Fuller's in the house. Just gave you a like. Hi, RMP, says Lewis. Hello, Lewis. Hey, Lewis says, respectfully, maturely, and professionally. I miss having a swamp cooler. Keeps the entire house ice cold, says California Forward Outdoors. And my lady says, and an air purifier. Yeah, you have that air purifier, baby. I'm probably going to get one soon. I like to try to get a lot of these products from Costco, because you get like the top quality product for like the cheapest price. But Costco doesn't always have everything you're looking for, but they do get things at times. You just have to wait it out. Like, for example, I'll share this real quick before I get back on track. So I needed to find some pillows. I'm getting some new sheets. I got some new sheets from Costco for $100, 680 thread count sheets for my bed. And I got this nice new bed skirt, because my old one is just torn apart, right? And I needed to get some new pillows, because I usually would get White Goose pillows, which are expensive pillows, and they're nice and they're comfy. But when you have those pillows, you have to like fold them up just to feel comfortable. And I've been getting tired of that. So I've been hearing a lot about these memory foam pillows, right? And some of them have gel on one side or both sides, right? That, help you stay cool when you're laying your head on the pillow, right? So I went to Costco to go and try to find a good one at a decent price. And I needed to get one that's, king size, because I have a California king size bed, right? Went on to Costco.com and found this really nice king size pillow for $59.99. And I went online and looked around what other retailers are selling it for. The cheapest I could find was $69.99, and it was out of stock there. And then the cheapest after that I could find is $79.99. So saving $20 a pillow. I got two of them. I saved $40 by getting them from Costco on Costco.com. Some things you have to order because they don't carry them in store. But even if you get stuff on Costco.com that they don't carry in the store, you get the best price on them. That's what I love about Costco. Just a little side note there. So yeah, I'll look for an air purifier through Costco, and when they have a good one at a really good deal, I'm going to get one, because when you brought yours over, baby, a few weeks ago, that made a big difference. Anyway, so what do you have to give up? Okay, what are you willing to give up in order to get ahead? Well, first of all, I used to like to watch a lot of TV. I used to just love to watch, 4, 5, 6 hours of shows every single night during prime time. It was a habit of mine. I'd, sit down and eat my dinner and just watch these shows, right? And then you get sucked into these shows, these series, these sitcoms, or these, drama shows like Law and Order, Special Victims Unit, and all those, right? Criminal Minds and all those, right? It gets addicting, right? To the point of where you just want to continue watching. And now with on demand, and streaming services and all that, you can binge watch these if you miss them, right? In order for me to have gotten my YouTube channels and coaching business to where it's at today, and it's still not where it needs to be, but it's further ahead than it was. In order to get to the point of where I'm at today, I had to give that up. Now, don't get me wrong. I'll still watch some shows every now and then, or maybe once I'm done with my workday, I'll watch an hour and a half of TV or so. But I've significantly cut that down from 5 or 6 hours a night to 1 to 2 hours, maybe if I have time, after I focus on my purpose. Right? All right, we're back. We're back live. I'm sorry, folks. Today I'm getting cut off every so often. It's one of those days. Sorry about that. They have 5G Plus here now, and it's been doing a lot better. The service has gotten better, but today it's just one of those days. Maybe it's the atmosphere. Who knows? So yeah, you got to cut back. You got to cut back the time that you watch entertainment on TV. Whether it's through a streaming service or your cable or satellite provider. Whether it's even on YouTube, that's an entertainment provider. Right? It's a how-to provider too, but YouTube is more so considered, an entertainment place, right? Videos for entertainment, right? You got to cut back on your entertainment. Also in the real world, if you are the type of person that likes to go to the bars every night or likes to go out with friends each and every night of the week after work or whatever, right? You got to cut back on that because you need to use some of that time to focus on creating whatever purpose you're looking to create. In my case, it's my coaching business and my YouTube business. Back in the days before I started doing this, I used to go out all the time with friends, and we'd go to bars, not to drink. We would have a drink every now and then, but to have a good meal and out with the friends. And I would invest my entire nights that I was free doing that. And when I started doing, YouTube and running my coaching business, I started to realize I have to really, really give many things up in order to accomplish what makes me the happiest, right? And does that sound a little selfish? Maybe so, but it's okay to a certain extent to be a little selfish. You have to be a little selfish and focus on yourself and take care of yourself first before you can take care of anyone else or focus on being good to anyone else. You got to be good to yourself first, right? I can see the trail's a little bit moist. You can tell it did rain a little bit earlier out here. It wasn't a whole lot, but it was just enough to dampen it a little bit. but it's not muddy or anything. It was like sprinkling. What else have I given up? Don't get me wrong, I love my friends. I've got lots of friends. Personal friends and professional friends. Friends from high school, etc. Friends from business networking when I used to be an insurance broker. I know a lot of people all over Northern California. A lot of people still want to hang out and do things. I've had to, for the time being, withdraw from that. I've had to give that up because I just don't have the time and energy to be running around all over Northern California hanging out with people during the week, and then, having enough energy to run my business. I just don't have the time. And I do a lot of live streams and some pre-recorded videos. So I would not be able to do what I do now consistently if I didn't give up these other things, such as, in this case, I'm not saying I don't love my friends and will never hang out with them again. I've just kind of put it on the back burner now. And, I've got great friends, don't get me wrong, but the majority of the friends I've had, at least, maybe it's the same for you, or maybe this is just how people are in general. They're focused on their own thing as well, right? And a lot of my friends, nowadays, I've mentioned them in the past, these are just, a lot of my friends are very unhappy and miserable because their life's not going the way they want it to go. They have difficulty finding a good woman, or they can't get a woman. They've asked for my help in the past because I've always been successful at getting dates and having relationships and, accomplishing whatever I put my mind to. So they would come to me for help, and when I would try to help them in the past, they would get triggered because in order to help them, I had to tell them the truth about what was holding them back. And, people just don't want to hear the truth, right? What my friends really wanted was just me to dedicate my time to hang out with them so, they can sulk in their misery around me. But I got tired of that. I had to eliminate that. So that's some folks you are going to have to eliminate as well and give up. Because if not, it's going to hold you back. Time-wise, energy-wise, etc., from accomplishing what you want to accomplish. And don't let anyone tell you you're being selfish. Oh, you don't care about me anymore. You don't hang out with me anymore. What happened? We used to hang out all the time. Well, I'll tell you what happened is a dog. And you're not fun to hang around anymore. And you're deteriorating. You're not doing anything to help your demise. You're further sinking. You've come to me for help. And then, after I tell you what needs to be done, you get mad at me. So it's like you can't have it both ways. So have fun figuring it out on your own. I've learned to eliminate those people from my life, folks. I got to turn and burn because my even had that show coming. So I'm not going to stay up on this observation deck any longer. I can stay up here all day. Got 7 thumbs up, 11 in the box. Thank you so much for being here, folks. Excuse me. People are going to try to make you feel guilty for not hanging out with them anymore. You just got to be cool and say, hey, I've got so many things going on right now. I really need to focus on this, and I'll spend time with you when I can. Right? You want to try to let them down easy first, and if they don't get the hint and they keep bugging you, then you got to tell them the truth and say, look, dude, your attitude is crap. You're not fun to hang around with anymore. And, Your negativity is draining me from being able to accomplish whatever else I need to accomplish to get myself ahead when we're not hanging around. So until you change your attitude and start to realize that you're whining like a female dog and you stop doing that, I'm going to let you go, right? And yeah, it triggers them because these people are in such a negative state of mind, they don't even realize how they're coming off. Yet, if they did realize, they could easily fix it and have my friendship and, balance everything out. Because the last thing that I've learned to deal with in my life that sets me back the most is my own negative energy or other people's negative energy, right? So basically, the quick answer is you want to focus on surrounding yourself with positive, like-minded people, uplifting people, good people, reasonable people, right? And you want to eliminate as quickly as possible any present or future people you come across that are negative. You want to identify it quickly and just remove them, let them go, right? Or stop focusing as much attention on them or any attention to them at all. And it's simple because, your friends will reach out to you and say, hey, dude, you want to hang out? Hey, dude, you want to hang out? Hey, dude, you want to hang out? Right? And back in the days, because we didn't have the technology we have now, we would talk on the phone and say, dude, yeah, I got this going on, this and that. Nowadays, we just don't respond to people or we ghost them, right? This is the reason why people get ghosted. The number one reason people get ghosted is because you're not taking the other person's feelings, wants, and needs into consideration. You're not taking their time into consideration, right? And you're more of a burden to their life, okay, than something that's going to be a benefit, right? Everything in life that you involve yourself in should benefit you in some way, shape, or form. It doesn't have to necessarily directly benefit you monetarily, but it should benefit you in some way, shape, or form. Negative people don't benefit you at all. Positive people, even if they aren't, aligned with you for monetary purposes, right? Such as in the business situation, positive people are going to make you feel good. And they're not going to drain your positive energy and wear you down with negative energy. So it's always good to be positive. It's not good to be negative at all. Lewis Fuller just shared your live stream out. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. I wonder if my lady's still around or is she taking another nap. I know she's been trying to catch up on a lot of rest lately. So what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to give up to get ahead in life? To fulfill your goals, dreams, aspirations, to fulfill your purpose, right? Now, another thing, I'm a firm believer in, dating relationships and marriage. I firmly believe that men and women are best when they're together as a couple. They're a great team, right? And that's one thing that's a priority to me, right? You have to figure out what's a priority to you. My priority is my relationship with my lady over any of my friends. Period. End of story. She will always come first. And that's not how it used to be, right? I used to prioritize my friends at the same level as my lady, right? Sometimes even more than my lady, and not my lady, not this lady here. I'm saying in the past, my ladies in the past. Let's put it that way. I used to prioritize my friends at the same level as them, as my ladies in the past, or I used to prioritize my friends above my ladies in the past. That just doesn't work. There's not a woman on the planet that wants to be a lower priority than your guy friends. Right? So I turned that around. I turned that around and started to more so prioritize my lady over most things. Not everything, but most things, right? And the one thing as a man you should never prioritize your lady over is your purpose, because your purpose is what she's most attracted to. So if you prioritize her over your purpose and you lose focus of your purpose, then you're going to lose your woman. You lose focus of your purpose as a man, you lose your woman. Period. End of story. It's the truth of the matter. Thank you for the thumbs up, folks. I really appreciate it. We've had some new people come around here lately, and I'm really grateful to see more thumbs up and more people in the chat. We do have 14 people right now, and I'm very thrilled and happy. You know, things are starting to grow here. We want to continue growing this, folks, so we can uplift and help as many people as possible. My lady and I have tremendous knowledge and experience in being in our late 40s. And we want to share all that knowledge. I got to tell you, this is not a good day for the cell tower. I'm here, says respectfully, maturely, and professionally. Hey, babe. Hey, Jackson Black. How you doing? Good afternoon to you as well, sir. Welcome to the show. Great to see you here. Yeah, just letting you know, tonight my lady and I are doing a show right here on Coach Eli, 2 authentic live streams at around 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and we're going to be discussing sleep deprivation, how it affects people's attitudes. My lady's going to share her experiences. I'm going to share mine. And it's going to be eye-opening because, respectfully speaking to my beautiful lady, we've pretty much figured out what's been creating her attitude for the most part. We're going to talk more about that tonight right here on Coach Eli 2. Authentic live streams at 8 p.m. Eastern, around 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We may start a little bit after 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, because after this show ends, I'm going to go home and eat and rest a little bit and then get everything set up. And my lady's at her place and I'm at mine, so so she's not at my place, so I can easily set things up with her, but she'll have everything set on her end. And we should be as close to 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific as possible. Let's see here. All right. Got 9 thumbs up. Thank you so much, folks, for the thumbs up and sharing this out. I really appreciate all of you. Let's help spread positivity. This is the most positive place on the internet, folks. There's no other place on the entire internet that's as positive as Coach Eli's world, including my lady. God, it's really, really humid. Should be carrying some water when it's this humid, but I didn't. I'll be back in like 20-25 minutes. That's how much longer it's going to take me to walk back. That's how far I am from the end. See, I have to go here, curve around, and go back over there. Stop wasting your time, folks, doing stupid things and stupid shit, right? And if you're trying to create something for your future, the big thing nowadays, people want to be a YouTuber or they want to be an entrepreneur or self-employed, right? I don't know of any one person that wouldn't want to make good money making YouTube videos and helping somebody or helping a bunch of people on the internet, right? From the comfort of your own home. There's no better feeling than that. And having the flexibility to work when you want and take time off when you want to take time off, and having unlimited income earning potential. I don't think there's anyone on the planet that wouldn't prefer that over working a day job, working for somebody else, practically being a slave, and making someone else's company a ton of money while you get paid peanuts, right? I get it, right? You can make something happen. You just have to focus on it and give other things up to you that really are a waste of your time anyway, right? You got to give some things up in order to make this happen. What are you willing to give up to make it happen? You got to stop being as stubborn as you are. Don't get me wrong, I'm a stubborn mofo. Don't get me wrong. But I'm stubborn in a good way because I mean well and I love everyone. I have love at a general broad-based level for everyone. Now, do I despise certain things that people do? Sure. Am I going to not focus energy on people that are negative and stuff? Sure, I'm not going to. But it doesn't mean I hate you. It doesn't mean I really hate anyone. I hate certain things that people do, right? But I don't hate people in general. I love everyone in general. That's the type of person that I am. And that's the type of mindset I want you folks to get into, right? And when you get in that mindset, that positive mindset, you're going to be able to let other shit go that's wasting your time, energy, and probably even your money, so you can focus on your actual purpose and make that happen, or make anything else in life happen that's truly important to you. A lot of the things that many people feel are important aspects of their lives nowadays are really not. They're not. And let me tell you something else. Don't shortcut things. Many of you nowadays are so damn lazy. You see other people reach success fairly quickly, and you're trying to take the quick, lazy approach, right? Do you think that's how those people got successful quickly, by being lazy? No. And every situation is unique. Some people, look, you can do things exactly the same way as someone else did to reach success very quickly within a month. And it may take you a year or 2 or 3 years doing the exact same thing. Some people get lucky. There is a bit of luck involved, along with skill in becoming successful. But just because someone else reaches success faster doesn't mean you don't have to try to shortcut things and take the easy way out to reach success. Because even if you do reach some success taking the shortcut, it's going to be short-lived. It's going to be temporary. And at the end of the day, you'll see what happens. You're going to be in a pretty crappy position you don't want to be in. Sandra Palacio says, good topic for tonight. Yeah, thank you, Sandra. It's going to be a great topic. Great topic, says Jackson Black with the thumbs up. Jackson says anything is possible and adaptability. Yeah. Jackson, that's perfectly stated, sir. People have to learn to adapt. One of the most difficult things that people have had difficulty adapting to is the way the modern world is. We've all had difficulty, including myself. I will tell you this. Over the last 5, almost 6 years that I've been out here on YouTube, and I was a part of many of these communities, MGTOW, men going their own way, the MRAs, the men's rights activists, right? And seeing all this stuff happen, right? And learning more about feminism and women's lib and equal rights and equal opportunities between men and women and all that, right? Over the last 5 years, because I focused on it, and it was a part of my business and still is, and I learned more about it through reading and following other creators and other content on the internet, etc., right, and hearing stories and all that, I've learned to adapt. I've learned to adapt as best as possible to the way the modern world is. I can tell you this, most people haven't learned to adapt to the way the modern world is. Now, I keep criticizing one group of people, that's millennial men. They have not learned to adapt to the modern world. It all boils down to, and it's just been a very interesting thing to notice. Out of all demographics on the internet, the single biggest demographic that I've seen struggling consistently over the last 5, 6 years I've been doing this has been millennial men aged 25 to 40. Millennial women aren't struggling as much as millennial men. Now, they're struggling to find a good person to date because of what I mentioned regarding men their age, right? But women are surpassing men in the workforce. Women are, getting further ahead in other ways, right? But the millennial men are the ones that have struggled the most with adapting to change. The Gen Z men and women, they're learning to not do what the millennials did, primarily the millennial men. The millennial or the Gen Zers, age 10 to 24, something like that, right? Are seeing how the millennial men have been, and they don't want to be that way. Now, they're still struggling because these Gen Z men are being way too nice. A lot of the millennial men, were way too arrogant, or have been way too arrogant and entitled, right? A lot of these millennial men feel entitled to anything and everything, and that includes women. And let me tell you guys, you ain't entitled to women. You ain't entitled really to shit. The only thing you're really entitled to is your own opinion. And in my opinion, that's not even worth a penny when you have that kind of attitude, right? So that's a good point there, Jackson. People have to learn to adapt. Listen, I will come out and say this. I am one that has always struggled with adapting to change. I don't like change. I don't think anyone necessarily likes change. And we're all going to complain a little bit about it. That's normal, right? But at some point you got to say, okay, I get it now, right? Let me give you an example of something major that happened to YouTube content creators, about 2.5 years ago. For the longest time, YouTube had an older system. It was called a video manager. And they were working on upgrading, video manager and converting it to, Creator Studio. And now they just call it Studio. But technically it's Creator Studio. In essence, Creator Studio or Studio does the exact same thing that the video manager used to do, but has a lot more features and allows YouTube to, further enhance the platform and make it better, give you more information and more tools to easier run your channel. Years ago, when they were making this transformation, people were angry about it. They were unhappy about it. They didn't like the new studio. And I actually was one of them initially. But as it got closer and closer to the day where they were completely shutting down the old video manager, and they no longer allowed you to, go back to the old video manager instead of using the new Creator Studio or Studio. I started to really focus on learning it, and I ended up adapting to it. And here I am 2.5 years later saying that this is way better. This is 1,000,000 times better than the old video manager was. A lot more graphics, a lot more detail on everything, a lot more features. It's incredible. And they have the Creator Studio, they have the Studio app on Android and Apple, on the iPhone, where when you're on the go, you can look at your stats, you can look at what videos are monetized or not. It doesn't have every single feature the desktop version of Studio has, but they're getting there. They keep adding new features, even the mobile every day. So this system is fantastic. This system has been fantastic. And I'm thrilled that they did it, but initially I wasn't happy about it. So to a certain extent, it's normal for everyone to fight change because we get used to something, right? But the one thing I've learned in life is that change is inevitable. It's going to keep happening. We're going to keep on progressing. We're going to keep on progressing. And while I may not agree with everything progressing, for the most part, most things that are progressing, have progressed, are progressing, and will continue to progress are good things. Now, there are some things involving progression that are not good. But for the most part, progression is good. And people have a hard time with progression. So that's a very good point there, Jackson. Could do a whole entire show on learning to adaptability. Absolutely. Feels nice right around here where I'm by the water. It doesn't feel as muggy. Doesn't feel as what do you call it? Humid. Thanks for the shout, says Jackson Black. Yeah, you're welcome, man. It's a good point, man. It was a good point. I've always been the kind of guy, Jackson, I love to give credit where credit's due. I've always loved promoting people. And I will always do this, Jackson and everyone else. I will always, on my channels and wherever I have a social media presence regarding my business, I will always promote good people. I will promote their channels, promote their business. What a lot of people don't realize about me and good people like me is that if you're just good people and you're not drama-centric, you don't get involved with drama, if you don't bring any drama into my life, I will give you the shirt off my back all the time. You bring drama in my life, you get nothing. And I've even told my lady that. And see, I'm beginning to realize that my lady really, and I'll share more about this tonight. There have been many times where it's appeared like my lady's gotten mad at me on shows or snapped, right? And maybe she has. But she was never really mad at me, and I was never really mad at her. And we'll share more about that tonight. But the point I'm trying to make is that I've even told her, I want no drama in my life, babe. None. That includes you. I want a drama-free woman. I want a drama-free friendship with people. I want a drama-free YouTube channel. I want everything in my life to be drama-free. That's the way I want to live it. And if people want to push those boundaries, then we'll just remove them. We'll kick them out. Right? We'll kick them out. And eventually people are going to shut themselves out for other reasons I won't mention. But today it's been very good. Today my chat's been very clean. Very clean. Very pleased with I'm very pleased with everything today. It's a positive sign, heading closer to the right direction. Whew, I'm feeling that sun coming on me. Look at that. I gotta tell you folks. Yeah, I took my Allegra before. And I took a couple aspirin too, because I had a little headache. I will tell you, with the humidity and the pollen being so high, like right now, I'm telling you, this is just, it's affecting me. And I'm struggling a little bit to make this walk happen. I'm fine, don't get me wrong. It's just, wow. I can feel my eyes just beginning to like itch a little bit. And I'm healthy as hell. Definitely be using that Flonase, baby, before we go live from the studio in a bit. I'll tell you that. How about one more thumb up, folks? We're at 9. Let's get it to 10. One more thumbs up would be great. Get to double digits before we go off the air. Folks, get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We're getting closer to the end of the trail. We're going to be going off the air in about 15 minutes or less. I come out on these trails early, and there aren't as many people here. I think what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to try to get these walks done and get them started no later than 1 p.m. And then my lady and I can do a show in the evenings at about 5 p.m. Well, it's 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern for the walks, and then 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern for the in-studio shows. Now, we're not going to be doing 2 live streams on Coach Eli 2 every day. We'll be doing the walks definitely mostly every day. But I'm also going to be creating at some point this week, and I keep putting it off because, I've been focusing on some other things, helping my lady with what she's going through and other stuff. But I'll be creating some pre-recorded videos, some YouTube shorts, and pre-recorded videos for the main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. And I haven't put out a piece of content on that channel since I switched these Walking with Purpose streams from there to here. It's been over 2 weeks, so got to get some content on there. And I want to, because we're going to be tackling, specific topics there, bite-sized. And what I may end up doing, folks, on the main channel, what I may end up doing is repurposing some of the content that we create from the live streams. And perfectly fine to do that. A lot of people do it. That you repurpose the content and people can get them bite-sized. So that's another thing I'm probably going to end up doing on top of creating new content. And there's a feature called YouTube Clips where you can clip other people's content or your own and make another video out of it. Except I won't be using YouTube's system. I'll do all the editing myself. YouTube has integrated into their new system. Again, it's a great new system. They made it real easy for people that don't have a lot of editing skills to do things within the YouTube studio from a laptop or desktop. But for us experienced, real, creators, we'll always shoot our own stuff, and we'll always edit our own videos with actual video editing software. Like I use Adobe Premiere Pro. Some people use Sony Vegas, or there are many other different types of programs to edit video. I honestly think the absolute best one is Adobe Premiere Pro. I think the Adobe suite of products, as expensive as they are a must-have for a real YouTuber. At least, Adobe Photoshop, you can make your thumbnails through there, or you can. I like to also crop out background images for my live streams with my green screen, and I put that through Adobe Premiere Pro. Adobe Photoshop. Premiere Pro edits the videos. You can use After Effects to make fancy graphics for videos. Adobe After Effects. It's just a great suite of programs. I highly recommend. But most people don't know how to use them or are willing to take the time to get to know how to use them. But that's the best way to do it. If not, YouTube has built-in editors in the new studio. And you can clip stuff out too. So yeah, we'll be repurposing some videos from Coach Eli 2, authentic live streams, and putting them over on the main channel. And we're going to also be doing that to promote the live streams, but to also give people a second chance to consume content, because a lot of times during these live streams there's some dead air, or we go off on some different tangents and stuff. So you can clip out the actual meat and potatoes and put it in a short 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute video or less, and repurpose already created content. Absolutely. Again, folks, get your questions, comments, and concerns in the chat. We'll be going off the air in probably about 7 minutes or less. Close to the end of the trail. Man, these allergies. Like, look, folks, look at how dry this is. Look at this. It's bad. I can just feel it now, man. The eyes are getting irritated. My nose isn't stuffy, but I just feel my head just tingling. Damn allergies. I love walking so much. I'm not going to stop. All right, folks, we're back live. Bubbly 10th, thank you so much. We have 12 thumbs up now. Appreciate it. California's beautiful day, says Jackson. You don't have to do that, but I appreciate it. No, I appreciate it, Jackson. I love promoting people. One of my most favorite things to do, Jackson, is to help other people and promote their products and services, even if they do the same thing as I do. There's nothing wrong with helping other people out. I will do that for anyone that's a good, reasonable, down-to-earth, non-drama-centric person. Anyone that is respectful and down-to-earth and a kind, caring, and considerate type of person, I will help them out in any way I can. I will share out their YouTube channels, their business, etc. It's the right thing to do as a business owner myself. That's one of the best ways to get, to get good with people. And it's not because I expect anything, but that's the way collaborations work. I believe in mutually beneficial connections. Every one of my connections I've ever made with someone has been mutually beneficial in some way, shape, or form. And even when I was selling insurance, those were all mutually beneficial relationships. They got a good product at a good price that they needed. That's the benefit they got from me, and from them, they referred me to other people because of that. That's a mutually beneficial relationship. And when you treat people the way you'd want to be treated, and you come across the right people, it's a never-ending positive cycle of referrals, good business, and great happiness for everyone. Everyone wins, right? 8 in the box, 12 thumbs up. Thank you, Eli. Likewise. I appreciate that, Jackson. Jackson, I'm really grateful, bro, because you've been around. You've been around since, the not so good days that I had to figure out and work past out here on YouTube. And I'm really happy to see where things are going now. Glad to hear that you're doing well, and everyone else that's been on the positive end of things is doing well. Good business makes me happy. Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, when you stay focused and you remove negative people from your life and you remove drama from your life, everything else falls into place. It all sounds so logical and straightforward. Still, it is very hard to do. Bubbly, yeah, it is hard to do. Nothing is easy in life. And a lot of things in life involve a bit of luck. Finding the right person to date is partially skill, but it also involves a bit of luck. You got to find the right person at the right time, and you both need to be in the right place at the right time, right? And same with business contacts and business prospects and stuff like that, right? It's easier said than done, but you got to keep moving forward. You got to keep, fighting the fight. I've never once stopped fighting the fight. I've never given up. I've thought about it. I've taken breaks, but I've never given up. And because of that, look at the woman I found. I have a great woman in my life. We've been together for almost a year. I've monetized a second channel despite the lack of success of my business and my channels in other ways, which we're working on. I'm keeping it real. I'm being honest. We got a second channel monetized, and that was because of her working with me and what value she's brought into my life. And that's why I love her so much. She brings so much value to my life, right? And I hope that in her eyes, I've brought the same value or some value to her life as well, too. I'm sure, humbly speaking, I'm sure I have, or she wouldn't be around. But, hopefully I've brought the same value. But it's not easy, man. It's not, In between relationships, I went on some other dates. It was a waste of time, a lot of BS, a lot of yada yada, a lot of red tape to cut through. And that's life, man. Your life is about, I'll have to do a show on this. Life involves a lot of red tape you have to cut through to be successful at anything. I'll wait for you to type this again, Jackson. You probably misspelled something. Go ahead and type again what you said. And folks, get your final questions, comments, concerns in the chat. I'm going to go off the air for a second and come right back to read the chat one last time and then end the show. I said value is what it is all about. Absolutely, Jackson. If I had my soundboard here, I'd give you a big round of applause, bro. Value is what it's all about. Even more important than value, Jackson, is perceived value. I'm sure you already knew that, though. You don't need me to tell you that, brother. But thank you, bro. That was a good point. And thank you to everyone else for being here. Folks, I got to run coming up in just, I guess, a little less than 2 hours now from the studio. At 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, my lady and I are going to be doing a stream regarding sleep deprivation. Regarding being sleep deprived. There we go. My fault. I'm losing my verbiage. I got to go. But first, couple messages. Have a great day, says Jackson. Thank you. Bubbly Bubbly says, no question. Just wanted to thank you for the positive streams. You're very welcome. Have a good one, folks. See you later tonight. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.